Hi everyone, this is Anindita Paulus, and this is the last video for 2020. So I decided to make it on a topic that is very commonly asked and one of the mostly asked questions that I receive. And the question is, why can't I manifest? And I would love to give a few insights and tips on if you are having a hard time manifesting and you are doing everything and yet having a hard time manifesting, then these are a few things you could keep in mind for your manifestations. So, here are the four reasons that I have seen personally which keeps people from manifesting their heart's deepest desires. First of all, it is a scarcity mindset. When people are trying to manifest from a mindset of scarcity, from not really believing that there is enough for everybody, then it is always hard to manifest. And I often see that this is what people are usually tripping over. This is the place where people are usually tripping over when it comes to manifestations. That they are trying to manifest something that they don't even believe is possible for them, or they believe that there is a lack of that thing. And so it is going to be very hard for them to manifest it. Because when it comes to the universe, you have to understand that the universe is unlimited, it has infinite resources. So if it can manifest something for somebody else, it is capable of manifesting that for you as well. The reason it is not manifesting for you is not because there is something or somebody out there who doesn't want it for you to get it, but it is because you have some deep inner belief system, some subconscious patterns which are playing and which makes you feel that this is going to be hard, it is very challenging, there is not enough resources, you don't know how, you don't know the right people, you don't have the right connections, and so on and so forth. The second thing that I've seen is taking score too soon. It's like, let's say you have mangoes today and you love it so much that you decide to have your own mango tree. And so you go to the market and you get some seeds and you plant it. And the next day, you're already waiting for the tree to bear fruits so that you can have your mangoes. But that's not going to happen. And it is easy for you to understand in this case because you understand that there is gestation period. After you put the sapling or the seed, it is going to take some time for the seed to grow into a little sapling, and then for that little sapling to grow into a plant, and for that plant to grow into a tree. And then the tree will start bearing fruits, provided everything else in its environment was fine. It received proper nutrition, sunlight, air, water, everything. So you understand that there is gestation period. So you understand that there is a gestation period. But when it comes to manifestations, I have often seen that people they meditate for a week and then they are already taking score of their results. Or maybe they just made a vision board and within a week or maybe within 2 weeks, they start taking score of, oh, my dream house is not here yet. And here I made a dream board like 2 weeks ago, or my dream car is not here yet, or I still didn't get that job, or I have been meditating for a month now and I also made a vision board, but I am yet to receive all these manifestations in my life. So you have to understand that things might not happen within a week or within a month. It might happen. I'm not saying that it will never happen within a week or within a month, but there is a relationship between where you are vibrationally and where everything that you desire is vibrationally. And it can happen for you instantaneously. Manifestations can be instantaneous, they can literally be like this. It could be this fast, provided that you are able to make that vibrational shift that fast. So, the amount of time that you need to manifest something would vary from the amount of time that somebody else needs to manifest something because vibrationally they are at a different place. So, taking score too soon, for instance, you have been meditating for a week or for a month and your desires still didn't manifest, or maybe even if you have been meditating for a month or 2 months or 3 months, and maybe you also have some affirmations and you have been reading all these books and doing a lot of spiritual practices, doing visualizations, whatnot. And even then, you see that your manifestations are still taking time. Understand that you are on your way to receive that, and you are probably taking your score too soon. If you would plant that mango tree and the very next day you would expect results, or even next week or next month, it wouldn't be there. There wouldn't even be a sapling. And if you just give up and say that, what is the use of wasting my time and energy on nourishing this little seed that is not doing anything whatsoever, then you just give up too soon. So, just understanding the gestation period. The gestation period varies for person to person based on where they are in their life energetically. For instance, let's say if you want to manifest $1 million and you already have a thriving business which is making $500,000 a year already. So, compared to you, if there is another person who doesn't have a business or who has just started their brand new business or who have just gotten their dream job, if they have the desire to manifest that $1 million a year goal, just a random number I came up with. So, of course, the person who already has a thriving business and is already halfway there would manifest that faster than the person who has just started that journey. Usually, that is the case. But I wouldn't say that that is always the case because, of course, vibration is not something that is tangible, and a lot of people are just doing things subconsciously and not really consciously aware of how their energy is interacting with the environment and providing them results. So, of course, I have seen people who were on the path to success, but they just sabotaged themselves because they didn't understand energy, they didn't understand vibration, they didn't understand the power of their own minds and how they are creating their own reality. So, of course, there are cases where people were making a lot of money and they were closer to that goal, and yet everything just crashed for them. That has also happened. But generally speaking, everything else remaining the same, if you would just compare one person who is already halfway there versus one person who just got started, of course, is gonna take a little bit longer for the person who just got started. It's not always the case because, again, energetically, we are all living in such an energetic soup, and all our thoughts are energetically influencing everything in our environment. So it is hard to predict energetically what exactly is going to happen because we cannot see energy. What is going on inside a person's mind? We are not able to see it. If we would be able to see what is going on inside a person's mind, what is going on with their emotional body, it would be easy for us to predict what is happening or what is going to happen. And often, a lot of psychic readers who are good in their profession, that is what they are able to do. They are able to read the person's energy and sort of make a prediction on, you know, if everything remains the same, provided they don't change their minds and everything remains the same, what is going to happen. But of course, nobody can set in stone exactly what is going to happen because we have free will. We can change our destiny or our course of life anytime we want just by making a decision to do so. That is the power of our minds. The main point to remember here is not to take score too soon because that way you are just sabotaging your own results. If you have been meditating for a week or two or even for a month and you are expecting to get everything that you want or whatever it is that you were focusing on to receive that within a month, you just need to be a little bit more patient. Maybe you are taking score too soon. And that brings me to the third tripping point that I often see for people, and that is trying to use logic to figure things out. And what I mean by that is people are often trying to, figure things out by using their logic that why is it not working for me? Maybe this is the reason. Maybe that is the reason. And the thing is that your logic is very limited to only your life experiences. You cannot have access to logic that is beyond your life experience. And because your life experience has brought you to where you are today, if you keep on using the same logic, then the chances are that your manifestations will not be as quick or as fast because the same logic that you have been using all your life, it is based on your past memories, and memories are just memories. But when we hold on to our past experiences and past memories and think that that is what is going to happen in the future, or start projecting that into our future and think that if this did not work out for me last time, then the chances are that this will probably not work out because this just doesn't work. So there are a lot of people who are carrying mental and emotional baggage from the past, who have ideas about certain things, whether it comes to money, relationships, health. They have a lot of preconceived ideas, and they call it their logic, that this didn't work for me in the past, so it will not work for me in the future either. Or this was really, really hard for me to get in the past, so it's probably going to be equally hard for me in the future as well. And I'm not saying that everybody does that, but I do see a great majority of people using logic to manifest their desires. And the thing is that manifestations can happen instantaneously, like I just said previously, because for the universe, it is as easy to create a mansion as it is to create a tiny little hut. But in your mind, your logic immediately says, how is that even possible? A hut will not need as much resources, it will not need as many people, it would not need as many days because it's small. A mansion is going to need much more money, much more resources, many more people, so much more. That is what our logic says. But the universe is not working based on your logic. I mean, just look around. There are so many things which we still don't understand. There are so many things that scientists and researchers are still trying to figure out. There are so many things which are totally beyond our logic. So our rational minds has very limited data. And with that limited data, if you are trying to create something that you have never ever created before, it's going to be really hard. If you are trying to create a relationship, a kind of relationship that you never had before, or if you're trying to create a dream job, something that you never had before, or financial abundance, the kind of financial abundance that you have never experienced before yourself. If you're trying to create that using your logic, then that will be a setback. That will not go a long way because of your limited life experience. You have limited logic, you have limited point of reference, so to speak. And so we need to know when to use our logic and when not to use our logic, when to just let go and surrender. When we understand that there is a bigger logic or there is a bigger picture beyond what we see or what we hear, see, smell, touch, and understand, then it makes it easier for us to surrender to that higher intelligence that operates beyond the limited domain of human logic. Even the smartest person on this planet, even if that person uses their logic to try manifest something that is beyond what they have ever manifested in the past, their logic will actually be an impediment. And I'm not saying that never to use your logic, by the way. There is a place for logic. If you are solving a mathematical problem, of course you need to use your logic. If you are solving a scientific problem, you are in research, of course you need to use logic. There is a place for logic, and it's a very valid place. But there is a place where logic kind of fails you, so to speak. And that is this domain of pure potentiality where all manifestations take place. And if you're trying to manifest only based on your limited knowledge and your limited logic, that could be one of the reasons that is slowing down your manifestations. And the fourth thing is insisting too much on your manifestations. And what I mean by that is when you are insisting that these things need to happen, then you tend to overlook that you can leverage what is already manifesting for you, what you already have going for yourself. And instead of taking that for granted, you start leveraging that to your benefit. And you start understanding that if what I wanted didn't manifest, but something else manifested instead, maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe there is something I can take from this to take me to the next level. Because even though it might seem like things just happened randomly in the universe, but things are not really random in the universe at all. Even though it might seem that planets are just randomly floating around in the space, it's not random at all. Everything is working perfectly in this universe. In fact, without this utter and complete perfection that is there everywhere in this universe, life wouldn't have been possible. So even if it doesn't make any sense to you, if you just understand that there is a higher intelligence and there is only perfection, and everything is happening for a perfect reason, when you start understanding that, then you can begin to leverage what you actually already have, what you are already manifesting. Because as humans, our consciousness is constantly on, it is never off. And so we are manifesting machines. We are constantly manifesting something. We might not be manifesting that which we want, but we are constantly manifesting something. There is no pause. There is no pause on the manifestation. So you are constantly manifesting something. Look at what you are manifesting and learn from it. See why are you manifesting that. If it is something that you don't want, if you're constantly seeing that you are manifesting things that you don't want, then it is time for self introspection. That really look and be honest with yourself and see what is it that you need to learn from those manifestations. Why are these manifestations here? What are they telling you? What is there for you to learn? So, to wrap up, here are the 5 things that you can start doing starting today to make sure that you are on your fast track to manifesting everything that your heart desires. So, number 1, begin by acknowledging that whatever it is that you desire already exists. Just look around. If it is money that you desire, all the money that you want, it already exists. Maybe it is not in your bank account, but it already is there. It is not something that needs to manifest from thin air. It is not something that has to be brought in from some other planet. Maybe it is the perfect relationship with your dream man or dream woman. That dream person is already there in flesh and bones and blood. That person already exists. It's not something that is all of a sudden gonna conjure out of the thin air. Maybe that person is right in your neighborhood. Maybe that person is in an adjoining city. Could be anywhere, but the fact is that that thing already exists. So you are not trying to create something out of thin air. Whatever it is that you want is already here, it already exists. In fact, I would say that 90 to 95% of the things that we want already exists. Maybe 5% of the things are there, but they still need to be discovered. So once we make some kind of huge technological discovery or huge scientific discovery, even with those discoveries, it's not like scientists are creating something out of thin air. They are discovering what was already there. They were just not aware of it, and now they become consciously aware of it. And so they learn how to use that new information or that new thing to their advantage. So every single thing that you literally want already exists. Maybe you are just not aware of it already existing, or maybe you do know that it already exists, but it is just not in your experience yet. But just acknowledging that it is already there, it exists, is important. And then the next thing is to make that energetic shift, because the only thing that is preventing you from getting that which you want is just that you are energetically at a different place than where that object is energetically at. So how do you make that energetic shift? And that brings me to the second point, that is beginning and ending your day with a gratitude meditation. And if you want, you could check out my gratitude meditation. The link is above. And the reason I emphasize on gratitude meditation is because gratitude has a very high vibrational frequency. And I have mentioned this previously as well in many other videos, that gratitude has such a high vibrational frequency that it overrides any frequency of lack that you might have. So often when people have this scarcity mindset, being grateful really helps, because when you are grateful, you are not in scarcity mindset anymore. Because at any given point of time, you could either be in scarcity or you could be in gratitude. When you are in gratitude, then you are not in scarcity anymore. And then you are actually taking steps closer and closer to your destination, to your goals. The third thing is actually an exercise that you could do, and that is imagine that whatever it is that you wanted has already happened, and a few years have passed since then. And write a letter to yourself, maybe either to your future self or maybe to a friend, telling how amazing your life is. And if you want, you can even write that in the comments below. I would love to see how wonderfully your life turned out. So just write in great detail how wonderful your life is and how all the things that you wanted just started manifesting for you one after the other. And now that all those things have manifested, how different your life is, and all the things that you did for those manifestations to occur, and if there were any challenges in the way, then how you overcame those challenges. Just write a very detailed letter to a friend or to yourself and tell them how all your manifestations just came true. This will help you put yourself in that vibration where everything that you want has already happened. So just make sure to write everything in the past, that it has already happened a few years ago, and since then, how much your life has changed and how wonderful your life currently is. The fourth point is also an activity, and in fact, this is one of the activities that I make people do in my Abundance Revolution workshops. This is the very first activity we do, in fact, is to write down your goals. And I suggest writing down your goals for each and every area of your life: relationships, health, spirituality, career, whatever it is, finances, whatever areas of your life you want to divide your life into. Just divide your life into various segments or areas. Relationships could be one. If you want, you can further break down relationships into romantic relationships and relationships with your friends and family, and then career. What do you want for your career or for your business, for your health? Health could be broken down into physical, mental, and emotional health. So just be as detailed as you want to write down your life goals for all these different areas of life. And they could be short term goals and long term goals both. So, not just long term goals or not just short term goals, but you could include them both. And once you are done writing all your goals, just read them once. And here's the thing, just burn that piece of paper or tear it away, flush it down the toilet, whatever it is, with the intention of just surrendering them to the universe, with the intention of letting the universe know that you are open for this or something even better. Because sometimes we get really hung up. We start insisting on our goals so much because we think that we know everything. And we think that this is all we want and this is everything that I can get. The thing is, the universe has no ceiling. The universe has no threshold. It has no limitations. So when we become too attached to our goals, then we are actually limiting ourselves. But when we let go of our attachment to our goals, then we are telling the universe that bring me this or even better. That is one of the things. And the second thing is that when we get too attached to our goals, then our goals actually become the very cause for our sadness or our emotional pain and distress. Because all these goals that you write down, if you are able to be happy, irrespective of whether you get these goals or not, that's perfect. But if these are the reasons that you are using to not be happy right here, right now, because I don't have the body that I want, I don't have the health that I want, I have all this money, but I don't have a person to share it with, I'm not in a relationship, or I don't have my perfect job or the business or whatever it is, whatever your goals are. I have often seen that people use their goals to just torture themselves mentally and emotionally. And if you're using your goals to emotionally and mentally torturing yourself, it will be very, very beneficial for you to just let go of those goals. Write them down, know that the universe has heard them, and then just surrender them to the universe and burn that piece of paper or flush it down the toilet, whatever it is. And that is just an act of releasing or surrendering it, surrendering your intentions to the universe, so that you don't keep using those goals as a reason to validate you not being happy in this moment. Because in this particular moment, you are capable of being 100% happy for no good reason at all. That's how babies are. That's how we all are born. Babies don't have goals, and they don't need to be constantly striving towards something in order to feel that their life has meaning. Same with our pets. They don't have any goals, and they are not striving towards a bigger purpose in their life, but just look how unconditionally happy they are. When you get unconditionally happy, everything that you desire must come to you, because unconditional happiness is such a high vibrational frequency. that the things that you desire, they also have a high vibrational frequency, because otherwise you wouldn't be desiring them. Nobody desires to have things that would make them sad and depressed. Everybody desires things which they think is going to make them extremely happy and joyful. So all those things that you desire are at a very high vibrational frequency of happiness and joy. But when you let go of your attachment to your goals or the outcomes, then you can start becoming unconditionally joyful, like kids, like your pets. And when you become unconditionally joyful, then everything that you want must come to you. That's the law, that is physics, that's just energy. That's how energy works. It must happen. And finally, letting go of your insistence that certain things have to happen the way you want them to happen. Because the more insistent we become on a certain outcome, the more we limit the universe's capacity to bring you that particular thing or something even better. But not just that, but in fact, I spoke about this in one of my previous videos on the law of detachment. If you want to check that out, you can see that in the link above. And in that video, I go into much greater detail about how detachment is powerful. And often people think that detachment or being dispassionate towards your goals sounds very dry, or it sounds like, there will be no joy in your life if there is detachment. But that is not the case. The detachment is only detachment from your insisting on a certain result. The detachment is only detachment from the outcomes. It doesn't mean not being involved. It doesn't mean not being fully present. In fact, people who are extremely attached to the outcomes, they are attached because they are not fully present in the moment. They are either living in the past or living in the future. And that's why they are so attached to outcomes, because they have some past baggage that they want to overcome, or they have some future ideas about how their life should or should not be. When you live in the past or in the future, the more attached you will become to outcomes and results. When you are living fully in the moment, you automatically let go of attachment to results. When you are fully in the moment, you are happy for no reason. Like kids, kids don't have any attachment to any specific results until unless they start growing up and then parents or society trains them. But until then, they don't have any attachment to any results. Similarly, that is the true nature of our soul. Our soul is really not attached to any results, but our ego self gets attached to results. But without going into the details of how detachment or how the law of detachment works and how it actually helps you in manifesting more, because I already made a video on that. You can check that in the link below in the description as well as the link above. So just know that the less attached you are, the less insistent you are that a certain thing needs to manifest in a certain way. The more open you are, the more space, literally, energetically, the more space you create for the universe to bring to you what is actually in your highest and best good. Because so many times I've seen people that they write down goals and they don't even realize that a lot of those goals are actually not even their own goals. They are goals because they want to impress their neighbors. Some of those goals are there because they want to impress maybe their spouse or maybe their parents, their family, maybe their kids, or just for ego satisfaction. But at a soul level, those goals don't bring them any joy whatsoever. And so when you let go of insisting on certain results, on certain outcomes, then you actually make space for the universe to provide to you that which you truly want, that would actually make you happy and bring long term joy and satisfaction. Instead of just that short term ego satisfaction that we might just get by flaunting off that new car or the new house or the money to our neighbors or our family or friends or whoever it is. So I have often seen people having goals, not even realizing that they are not even their own goals. So that's the reason just letting go of your goals and not insisting on outcomes is an extremely, extremely powerful tool. So I hope you liked today's video, and if you liked it, then please leave your comment below and share it with someone who you think will benefit from this. And I will see you in the new year. And remember to subscribe to my channel if you like these videos, and if you want to keep receiving notifications for my upcoming videos. I want to wish you all a very, very happy, healthy, and joyous new year. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.